Because there would be small creature with us all the time. You mean skeptical. I laughed and I said. The waiter interrupted us to ask, in English, if we were enjoying the meal. Right away I could see that my husband was annoyed. He felt it was an insult to his Portuguese since he used to Portuguese earlier. Same waiter, I was sure the waiter only wanted to practice his English. It's perhaps fair to say that both men want to show off. He was being polite. I said, I know, my husband said. Sao Paulo is a metropolitan area of 21 million people who'd always in the throes of something. There were rumors of drought. There were gangland killings, labor strikes, carjackings. Whole bus stores mysteriously went up in flames a couple times a year. That was the thing. Criminals used dynamite to blast open ATMs, drinking water was delivered to our door in 20-liter plastic jugs, and Brazil was making preparations to its World Cup. Term of art was mega event. We're not ready, said the Brazilians. I knew. I wondered if you could classify war as a mega event. Sao Paulo was a mega city. Information began to accumulate. I was told things I personally knew. Only rich Brazilians, because my husband's job, but all Brazilians took such delight, perplexing to an American, in criticizing the country. It was a style of critique that managed to depreciate nation and self at once. They would break into spontaneous arias of complaint. Everybody did this. Taxi drivers, dentists, the reservoirs were low. Politicians were corrupt. The economy was failing. Levels that should have been rising were falling, and the levels that should have been falling were rising. Taxes were high. I read the newspaper that the police murdered more people than criminals did. Everything in the city was intimately juxtaposed. Favela and high-rise crack dealers at Opera House. I saw a Frivola on the souvenir coffee mug before seeing one person. Recognized instantly that the mosaic of a crowded, bright rectangles stood by the makeshift roofs and walls of poor people's homes. Such an image had become global visual shorthand for the shanty towns of the Third World, developing urban gargantuans. Tourists bought the coffee mugs because apparently they were something heartwarming about aesthetic squalor. Poverty was colorful. The middle class was to be emerging, a moving target. As soon as you get a bit of money, the things you once tolerated became intolerated. When wealthy Brazilians left the country on vacation, they didn't visit museums or do anything cultural. As far as I could tell, they shopped. They shopped for clothes and perfume, for smartphones, for children's toys. New York, I had a job at public relations department of a multinational cement company. I wrote content for the company's Facebook page and Twitter feed. Cement company with Twitter feed. Paid as well as you would imagine. My husband used to suggest I do a master's. He couldn't say that what and why. I was 25 years old on the day of our wedding. Age of still see himself unwillingly around whatever decision I made. With your degree, said my unmarried friends, who were most of my friends, as if marriage was somehow precluded the rest of my life. The degree wasn't doing much for me, and I loved my husband. Sometimes hadn't gelled for me after my college professionally, because I married early, because my husband made money. I was able to get away with it. A woman without a job is actually just like a fish without a bicycle. A friend of mine put it. Not sure whether that makes sense. I said, well, if you said to have imagined a fish looking sad not having a bicycle, my friend said.